Hi Visionaries, this is the final chapter for the rear wheel removal and brake shoe replacement. So wheel is safety back on. That is a locking nut, so I'm glad I did replace it. You shouldn't really reuse locking nuts. Torqued up to 118 newton meters. I've got the big torque wrench there for doing it. And I got my wife to pull the rear brake on hard so that I could get the right torque. It's quite a battle. What else to say? I'm just going to fit the silencer and exhaust in a moment. There's a separate video on all about that. Yes, the torque value for that little job is 10 newton meters, and then that little screw thing I just did by hand. You can't really get a torque wrench on it. So, learning points. Well, the brake shoes I took out, in comparison to the new ones, still really had plenty of lining left on them. But it just seemed like a good idea while I was about it to replace them. They weren't very expensive. I think the shoes, the new nut, the new washer, and 2 crush gaskets, one ready for next time I take the exhaust off. That all came to about £42, I think. The replacement tyre, which is a Bridgestone Battle Axe, that was £50 fitted by Motorcycle Mart in Kidderminster. Seemed to have done a good job and balanced it with the weights on. Yeah, don't forget, if you're going to do this job yourself, have some copper slip for the pivot points on the brake shoes, and nitrile, vinyl gloves for the dirty stuff, and grippy gloves for when you're wanting not to contaminate the new shoes, and generally make grabbing hold of them much easier. These are from Screwfix. They're about £4.99 a pair. They last a long time, and I always have a spare pair in the workshop. Just useful things to have. Any comments? Please make them, and if you haven't already done so, go over to the hondavisionowners.wordpress.com website, which also has these videos. Okay, happy spannering.